Why didn't I do Tomorrow Never Dies first? Because fuck you, that's why. That and I played the World's Not Enough first as a kid, and I just wanted to revisit that one first. So yeah, maybe that was a bit uncalled for. Sorry about that. So the World's Not Enough, shall we say, did not live up to my childhood memories. But what about its predecessor, Tomorrow Never Dies? Well, as far as I can remember, I actually preferred the World's Not Enough as a kid, so that really bodes well. But who knows? Perhaps now things will be different. Will the tables be turned? Let's play Tomorrow Never Dies. So like its successor, Tomorrow Never Dies was developed for PS1 by Black Ops Entertainment and published by my good friend, the world's most acclaimed and beloved video game publisher, Electronic Arts. So,
Tommy Tallarico Studios.
Okay, with audio by Tommy Tallarico apparently. Who the fuck's Tommy Tallarico? We start with another short intro movie to show us all the high-octane, pulse-pounding, dick-hardening action we're in for. Man, they must have been so proud of this back then. Not that I'm disparaging them, I'm sure they put a lot of work into this. It's just sad that, looking back on this now, it's all just a bit, well, shit, really. But who knows, maybe 20 years from now we'll look back on God of War Ragnarok and be like, what, that old piece of shit? Man, that shit was so 2022. You come to the main menu and get this cool, thumping techno track. Now this is how you get someone in the mood for some action. Man, this Tommy Tallarico guy knows what he's doing. Yeah! So you select new game, choose a mission, and then get a briefing from M.
007. Satellite reconnaissance has located a military outpost on the Russian border.
Shit, well at least she doesn't sound like she's being played by a fucking robot this time. So in the first mission, you've got to infiltrate a military base and destroy a satellite dish. Okay, whatever. We then get our first look at Bond, and again it's a pretty decent likeness for the time. If they were going for the love child of Pierce Brosnan and Liam Gallagher look. So considering they were made by the same developer, just how different is Tomorrow Never Dies to The World's Not Enough? Well, the game's actually in third person, so that's a pretty big difference. And that brings us to the next big question. Does Bond control any better in third person than in first person? And the answer is no. Yeah, the controls are just as awkward and clunky here as in the other game, although it isn't quite as bad due to the fact that there are more missions that take place in wide open spaces where there's less shit for you to get stuck on. And what about the shooting? It's fine, it's functional, it's serviceable enough. Despite the difference in perspective, the shooting works pretty much the same as in The World's Not Enough. You've got the same lock-on feature, so you don't have to worry too much about accuracy. Just as long as you're facing in roughly the right direction, you'll lock onto the nearest enemy and then you just blast them. Sniper mode's here as well, although I did find it harder to use this time. It felt slower and more unwieldy, meaning that it's pretty much useless for moving targets, and only really helps for taking out stationary enemies. You've got the same trick where you can use L2 and R2 to lean out of cover, and the third person perspective makes it easier to crouch behind and shoot over cover. Oh, and there's no reload button. Yeah, a fucking shooting game without a reload button. What the fuck? So if you want to reload your weapon before the next fight, the only way to do it is to empty your magazine and waste your ammo, and then Bond will do it automatically. But I haven't talked about the biggest difference yet. Okay, not the biggest difference, but definitely the one that baffled me the most. Look what happens when you press triangle. Look, the game pauses, brings up your inventory, and then you quickly scroll through your weapons and gadgets. Pretty much exactly like how it is in Action Man. What the fuck? How did we go from this to this annoying fucking bullshit in The World's Not Enough? What, when they were designing the sequel, did they just decide to get rid of everything that worked in the previous game? What was that design meeting like? Or the inventory in the previous game was simple and convenient to use? Oh well, that shit's gotta go. What's the old saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Cause you'll probably end up fucking breaking it, you fucking idiots! Anyway, you shoot your way through some bad guys and then use your laser designator thing to destroy the dish. Then you take out a few more guys and then Bond escapes the base, while also getting in some practice for the Winter Olympics. So this skiing bit was kind of cool. You control your direction with the left and right buttons and your speed with up and down. You can use the square and circle buttons to attack enemies on your left and right, and when you go over jumps, you can use R2 and the directional buttons to perform various tricks. But to be honest, I couldn't take this bit seriously because the whole time I was just being reminded of the ski level from Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. In fact, my biggest disappointment here is when you crash into a tree, Bond doesn't go splat like Bugs does. You reach the end of the track and Bond flies off the mountain and opens his parachute. Well, I guess someone at Black Ops Entertainment was a fan of The Spy Who Loved Me. But what, you could have the Union Jack parachute but not the banana yellow ski suit as well? Oh yeah man, it wouldn't have looked daft at all. So that's the first mission. You get a little stat screen to show you how you did. Total kills, stealth kills, accuracy, time and... style? What's style? How do you define style? Is there an empirical method for measuring style? I don't know, but apparently I've got 4,000 style. So yeah, check me out. Alright, on to mission 2, where you've got to take out the terrorist arms bazaar from the film. So I guess they were just like, well, we've got to take out this terrorist arms bazaar, but there's also this Russian military satellite base next door, so we might as well destroy that as well. 2 birds, 1 stone, right? So you start by going around and photographing some stolen weapons, but then the voices in Bond's head tell him that a missile is about to hit the base, and then we hear Bond's voice for the first time.
I just need a little more time.
Well, at least he doesn't sound like he's had a dozen vodka martinis beforehand. Now he just sounds like some whiny fucking milksop. So you've only got a couple minutes to get out of there. Oh yeah, now you get to jump in the jet and blow some shit up. I remember this bit from when I was a kid. Well, that was nowhere near as fun as I remember. You then get the opening credit sequence from the film, but with the game developers in place of the cast and crew. Cheeky fuckers. You then get the stats screen again. And what the fuck? Where's all my style gone? What did I do differently? Great. Just when I was starting to get somewhere. Now I'm back at the beginning. I was finally about to join the cool kids, and now it's back to the bottom of the food chain. Story of my fucking life. On to mission 3, where you've got to infiltrate Elliot Carver's media show, and while the world's not enough waited until about halfway through the game before it truly started to suck, at least this game has the courtesy to start sucking big hairy nutsack in the 3rd mission. So what makes me say that? Well, the game actually gives you a measure of freedom in how you tackle objectives, in that it gives you the option of sneaking around and moving stealthily, so that's pretty cool. Or it would be. If the stealth in this game wasn't total wank. Yeah, you can try sneaking around, but because of the clumsy controls and AI, it won't be long before you get spotted, so you might as well just go in all guns blazing. But even though this is just an option, in the 3rd mission it kinda feels like the game wants you to be stealthy. And it was at this point that I fully realised that the stealth in this game is a lost cause. The controls and AI just aren't sharp enough to make stealth a viable option. Let me show you how. So you start the mission and first come to this guy with his back turned. He never moves or turns around, allowing you to execute a stealth takedown. This was the only time in the whole game where I used a stealth takedown, because it only works on enemies that are specifically set up for you to do it. For any other enemies, it just doesn't work. You can't get near them without them noticing you. Next you've got to get past these guys. They don't see you, but you can't sneak by without getting spotted. So what do? Well, it seems the best option is to use sniper mode to take them out with a couple quick headshots. But too bad, cause you can easily get one headshot, but sniper mode's too slow and clunky to get the other guy before he legs it to the alarm. And while having the alarm set off doesn't make you fail the mission, it still kinda feels like a failure, and that fucking noise is annoying as fuck. Hello? Can you hear me? I'm right next to you, mate. You literally just saw me. You set the alarm off. Hello? Whatever. So with the stealth being completely fucked, you might as well just shoot your way through. You'll not fail, so they were probably well aware of how fucked up it was. Look at that. It looks like that old painting. What's it called? American something? I don't remember. Anyway, you kill a few more guys and then you find and talk to Elliot's wife, Paris. Hi Paris, nice to see you. Oh, don't mind the dead bodies over there. Nothing to do with me. She agrees to help, but then Elliot shows up and offers to show you around.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, Really didn't see that coming. You then wake up and have to escape, and make sure to grab the gun off the desk, otherwise you're fucked. Yeah, what a great time to realise that there's no fucking melee in this game either. How do I hit him? How do I hit him? I can't hit him, what the fuck, man? Oh, for fuck's sake. Now for mission 4, where you've got to go to Elliot Carver's newspaper factory to find a geographic encoder thing or something. And like before, you can try and be stealthy if you want, but it won't last long and just turns into more shooty bang bang. The most notable feature of this mission is the fucked up NPC AI. You alright, mate? Do you need some help? You're looking a bit lost and confused. Where are you trying to get to? Hello? Well, I'm going to have to go. I hope you find wherever it is you're trying to get to. Yeah. There's some more problems with the shooting that I haven't mentioned yet. Basically, the lock-on really only works with enemies that are level with you. With enemies that are higher or lower, it'll only work sometimes. Sometimes you'll lock onto them and other times you won't. Like in this bit, forcing you to use sniper mode, which leaves you open to enemy fire. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I remember that. Hey Bobby, there's something wrong with the machine. It's putting out way too much red ink. I will say that I really like the music in this game. Way more than The World's Not Enough. It's got a lot more personality to it, and it's more distinct and memorable. They should have kept this Tommy Tallarico guy on for the sequel. So you find the encoder thingy and escape, and I like the cutscene where after he's just shot up the newspaper factory, Bond just skulks away like he's just shoplifted a pack of Freddos from his local corner shop. Next you go back to your hotel in Mission 5 for some much needed R&R, and don't mind the guys with guns everywhere. It's well known that in Germany, Hamburg in particular, all hotels are guarded by guys with AK-47s. Everyone knows that. So you go to the bar and talk to the barman.
I'm looking for Paris Carver. Have you seen her?
Yes, I believe she's waiting in your suite. And your presence is required there as well.
He says you're coming with me, and Bond's just like, I don't fucking think so, mate. Bang! Alright, time for more shooting. Wait, so you guys aren't hotel security? You really fooled me. You head upstairs to find Paris and... Okay, apparently German hotels also have sci-fi laser tripwire systems. Who knew? You then run into Dr. Kaufman for what turns out to be the first of several boss fights throughout the game. There's not much to these fights. They're pretty much the same as regular enemies, except they've got more health. There's no real strategy involved. You just chase the fucker around and keep blasting him until he dies. You then find Paris and escape in your car. Or so I guess they're going with a different fate for Paris in the game. Fucking pussies. And what's the point? You never see her again, so why not just kill her off? Anyway, on to mission 6, where you're in the Swiss Alps and have to take out a terrorist convoy. Okay. You shoot a few random guys, and then find Q just chilling in the middle of fucking nowhere. He gives you the keys to your BMW, and then the main part of the mission begins. So to tell you the truth, the driving section was actually fairly decent. You've got to chase after the convoy and destroy it with your machine guns and rockets. And I like when you destroy one of the cars, it says this many cars left to kill. How do you kill a car? Why not just say this many cars left to destroy or something? It's not like you were running out of space on the screen. In fact, that's not the only strange on-screen message you get. Like when you pick something up, it says you got it. Like, got rifle ammo. Just why? Why not say picked up rifle ammo? Yeah, nothing major, just a minor nitpick. What can I say, I'm a writer? This kind of thing always rubs me the wrong way. So back to the driving. You use the left and right buttons to steer and avoid obstacles, and X and circle to accelerate and brake. It actually controls pretty well. They really did a good job of capturing the real life experience of being an actual BMW driver. But this also forces me to ask the question, if they could have a decent driving section in this game, why the fuck couldn't we have the boat chase in The World's Not Enough? You tell me it was that hard to do the same thing but with it on the water? It'd be practically the same, it's mostly already done. Just have boats instead of cars. And why even bother with this whole tourist convoy thing anyway? Why not just have a car chase in the multi-story car park like in the film? On to mission 7, where you're in Hokkaido, Japan and you're hunting down a bio-terrorist responsible for a sarin gas attack. Is he a friend of old Harold Goldtooth by any chance? You start with another ski section. This is just the same as the last one, just a bit more difficult. What are all these guys doing here? Just waiting for fucking Bond to come skiing by? Leave me the fuck alone, you pricks! You then reach the base and it's just some more shooty bang bang. Yeah, just like its successor, outside of the more unique set pieces, like the driving and skiing bits, the main gameplay is pretty repetitive. There are some smaller details that I like when your health gets low, Bond's stance will change to reflect it. You also see blood when you or enemies get shot, but not when you're wearing body armour. You can also see characters' breath during missions in cold environments. These are actually some pretty impressive details for the time, and shows that the developers did put effort into the game. So you find the bio-terrorist for another boss fight, which is mostly just the same but a bit harder because this guy keeps throwing fucking gas bombs at you that do shitloads of damage if you get hit by them. And of course he doesn't fucking take damage when he gets caught in the gas, for fuck's sake. Mission 8, where you've got to get into Elliot Carver's media tower in Saigon. Oh, we can get back to the story now, can we? Great, thanks. You start on the roof and make your way downstairs, but then Bond gets captured again like a total fucking melon, and then you're brought to Elliot Carver and... Oh, hello there. Nice to meet you. You're in this too? What's your name? And look at this fucking place. Did they just try to make the most stereotypical evil lair possible? Or did Elliot really model his media tower on the fucking torture factory from Hostel? And I love the guy playing Elliot. The voice acting is mostly shit, but I love this fucking guy. He's really hamming it up and sounds like he's having a blast doing it. So Bond and Wei Lin escape, although it's nowhere near as impressive as in the film, and then you have to fight your way out, while also stealing a data disk and destroying some weapon crates. But how do you know which crates to destroy? Why, they're the ones with the word weapons written on them. Of course. And then it seems that Bond and Wei Lin have finally had enough of their lives as the main characters in a mediocre PS1 game, and decide to end it all. But no such luck, because it's on to Mission 9, and in a refreshing change of pace you actually get to play as Wei Lin instead of Bond. You know, the star of the whole fucking game. Yeah, they give some bullshit reason for why you don't play as Bond in this mission. I don't know, Elliot Carver paid off the police or something, so they had to pull him out. So they were basically like, hey Wei Lin, can you help us? We need to pull Bond out because we don't want him to get killed, but we don't mind if you get killed. Thanks. So since we're playing as Wei Lin, what differences in gameplay can we expect? Maybe some new abilities or gadgets? Anything? Well, no. As far as I can tell, there's no discernible difference between playing as Bond or Wei Lin, which makes me ask the question, why? What's the point of having you play as Wei Lin if you're not going to make playing as her any different to playing as Bond? Why bother? I can only guess that it was an attempt at breaking up some of the repetitiveness, but it doesn't work if you don't make any tangible changes to the gameplay. Whatever, so you've got to get to Wei Lin's hideout to decode the data disk you nicked from Elliot, but you've got to get past the police roadblocks first. You need the rocket launcher to do that. So you shoot your way through a bunch of cops, and then it's time for another boss fight. This time with... wait for it... Rocket Man. What, you don't remember Rocket Man? He's only one of the most beloved and renowned villains in 007 lore, up there with Odd Job and Jaws and... I don't know, the guy with the diamonds in his face or whatever. And to be quite honest, the game does a huge disservice to this iconic character. That really is one of my biggest complaints with this game. They took this complex and ruthless villain and boiled him down to just this generic one-dimensional henchman. Shameful. That's the only word to describe it. Absolutely shameful. So anyway, you beat him and take his signature weapon and then you can get through the barricades. Then you have to fight a fucking helicopter in what was really the only genuinely challenging part of the game. The only real way to beat this thing is with the rocket launcher, but you can't lock onto it, so you've got to use sniper mode, meaning that you've just got to stand there while this fucking thing's flying around all over the place shooting back at you. And we already know that sniper mode's a piece of shit, so rather than waste time trying to aim for the helicopter, you're better off aiming for the place that it's gonna be, and firing as fast as possible so you can move before you get hit. Oh yeah, and after you hit it a few times, the fucker starts firing rockets of its own at you, just to be even more fucking irritating. So you beat the helicopter and then go to Wei Lin's base where you do some daft little button pressing puzzle to decode the data disk and find out where Elliot Carver's stealth boat is. Alright, time for the final mission. You're on board the stealth boat and have to stop Elliot from carrying out his evil plan.
See if you can find the engine room and stop this boat.
I know what to do.
Ooh.
Right.
James, be careful.
Oh, what? You're gonna try and have a moment now? Like you have an actual connection or something? You only just met like 2 missions ago. You barely fucking know each other. Although I suppose it's still a better love story than fucking Twilight. So you kill a few guys and send the location of the ship to M, but then Wei Lin gets herself captured and you've got to go and save her, and you end up fighting another iconic Bond baddie, Grenade Launcher Guy. Yeah, I'm guessing it's meant to be fucking Stamper, although that is just a guess considering they don't mention his name anywhere throughout the whole fucking game. Anyway, you beat him, free Wei Lin, and then go to confront Elliot.
Mr. Bond, still trying to write a happy ending? Too bad you're missing the key part of the story. I'm afraid you'll need this to disarm the missile.
Carver, you can't win. The British and Chinese navies are closing in as we speak.
Your heroic attempts are pathetic. Kill him!
I love this fucking guy. Oh no, yeah, I remember the bit in the film where the weedy fucking media mogul picked up an AK-47 and challenged Bond to a one-on-one duel. Well, at least here he goes down fighting instead of like a total fucking dumbass like he does in the film.
This should punch up my headlines for tomorrow.
I think your story's over, Elliot.
Far from it, you ignorant fool. You see, I've set this boat to self-destruct in 3 minutes. You'll never escape in time. Tomorrow never dies.
He said it! He said it!
So you kill Elliot, stop the launch and escape the ship at like 1 mile an hour. What the fuck? Oh what, we're at the end of the game already? But I was having so much fun! Did you catch the sarcasm there? You know, 'cause I was being, you know, sarcastic. Yeah. So yeah, this game isn't very good. It had some good ideas, like with the inventory and the vehicle and skiing sections, but in the end it suffers from most of the same flaws as its successor, flaws that become all the more apparent the longer you play. There's some cool little details, and I like the music and some of the presentation, but the controls are clunky, the gameplay is mostly dull and repetitive, the stealth is completely fucked, and it's just not that fun to play. And once again, now that I'm done with it, I have no intention of playing it ever again. So we know what happened next. The developers went back to first person with the next game. If I had to guess, I'd say that since GoldenEye 007 was such a hit, they wanted to do something different to stand out from its shadow. It just didn't really work. So they went back to what they thought would work since it had before, but it still didn't, at least not on PlayStation, and it would be 5 long years before we got another third-person Bond game with everything or nothing. Oh yeah, I remember that. We'll get to that one. Someday. Maybe. Possibly. So that was Tomorrow Never Dies on PS1. Thank God. Can I play a good game now? Pretty please? Just one? Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please like and subscribe. If you didn't, then tell me to go fuck myself, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.